That's how far back he goes.
Wow.
And he was in his 90s, and this big yellow airplane here, he still flew it in his 90s, because this is a private strip. No one was checking it. And you see him doing great big loops in the sky, like Saturday evenings, Saturday afternoons. Just out, just for the joy of flying, just having fun. He flew this airplane right here. That skeleton right there.
Wow.
That was his Jenny. REM pod going off.
That's the REM pod, yeah.
Yeah. There's been something over by the Jenny all night. That's a 106-year-old airplane. The first airplanes he bought. And he flew it all over the United States as part of the Royal Flying Circus barnstorming.
Wow.
He flew, he trained for World War I. Yes, I'm telling your story. He trained for World War I with Charles Lindbergh. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's right behind you. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, it's right. Oh, did you feel it cold? Okay, do me a favor. Reach right. There.
Yeah.
Feel like an energy, almost like a cool breeze blowing off my hand.
I feel cool air, yeah.
Yeah. That's this. Yeah, I know I got it in your chest. But he was in his 90s. He lived right at the end of the street here, what they call the White House. It's just as you're pulling into the building, there's a White House off to your left.
Yeah.
As you're pulling into the airport. He fell in his 90s and hit his head and was in the hospital for it, and they weren't checking on him like they should, and his trach plugged up, and he died of suffocation there. But this was this whole airport's his baby.
Wow. So that could be him right now. Yeah.
He has answered affirmatively through the voice box, through the REM pods, and through dowsing rods tonight.
Good.
That he's here.
I'm in a small ghost hunting group myself. They're in like Gonzales, Texas, and Austin, Texas,
Yeah.
and so on. We use REM pods. Those are very hard to go off.
Yeah.
So the fact that it went off just like that.
This one's been
That
going
is
off
good.
and on tonight. And if just everybody get quiet for just a second. We hear there, when the activity would ramp up, you would hear banging and cracking and popping and things moving around all over the building.
Mm-hmm.
Like the wind was blowing, but if the wind's blowing, but we'd be hearing it all the time. I'm guessing that's a car that I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Hoping it's going to be an airplane. It's an uncontrolled field, but if you're flying in to land at night, if you key your microphone 3 times, it'll turn on the runway lights.
That's cool.
What was the gentleman's name again? My apologies.
Robert Henry Weisner Jr.
Robert.
I didn't even know there was an airport here till today.
Oh yeah, we have 2. This one's privately owned, but it's open to the public.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Wood County. We jokingly call it Wood County International out there. It's not, but it's a nice little airport.
And we have a little airport on our county road. That new one.
Yeah, it's hard like.
And Mr. Weisner Sr., he, well, look, right on top of me, literally. The center street is where we're at. It's right here.
Wow.
Henry Sr. died of the Spanish flu epidemic. When Henry Jr. was little, they said he was feeling kind of bad. People were dying right and left with it. Said, I have things to do. He got on his horse, rode it into town, picked up his feed, came back. Said, I'm kind of tired, went in and laid down and was dead. And the story goes, he was buried very quickly. I guess because of with the flu going on. Man, we got stuff just all right here. You got a just a regular camera with you, man?
Yes. Just like a regular cell phone camera.
Okay, take a picture over here of me right here.
Let's see, one moment.